Now let's talk about NABARD, which stands for National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development, is a key financial institution in India established in 1982. Serves as apex development bank for rural and agricultural sectors tasked with promoting sustainable rural development and agriculture across the country. It plays a vital role in providing credit, facilitating development initiatives, and fostering finance inclusion in rural areas through a range of financial and developmental interventions. It operates through a network of regional offices and partners with various stakeholders, including government agencies, rural banks, cooperatives, and NGOs, to implement its program and initiatives aimed at improving livelihoods, enhancing agricultural productivity, and fostering rural prosperity. Role of NABARD in rural development. Financial intermediary. It serves as a financial intermediary, channeling credit from financial institutions to agriculture and rural development projects. It refinances rural credit institutions such as regional rural banks, cooperative banks, and microfinance institutions, thereby enhancing their lending capacity for rural development activities. Credit support. NABARD provides credit support to various stakeholders involved in rural development, including farmers, agribusinesses, rural artisans, and self-help groups. It offers subsidized credit schemes, interest rates, concessions, and technical assistance to promote agricultural and rural entrepreneurship. Infrastructure development. It finances and facilitates the development of rural infrastructure, including irrigation projects, rural roads, warehousing facilities, and cold storage chains. Promotion of agricultural innovations. It supports research and development initiatives aimed at promoting agricultural innovations, technology adoption, and sustainable farming practices. It funds projects related to organic farming, water conservation, soil health improvement, and climate-smart agriculture. Capacity building. NABARD conducts training programs, workshops, and knowledge-sharing initiatives to build the capacity of stakeholders involved in rural development, including farmers, rural entrepreneurs, and grassroots institutions. These capacity-building efforts enhance skills, knowledge, and awareness, leading to improved productivity and livelihoods. Now, support for small businesses. Credit facilities. NABARD offers credit facilities to small businesses, including farmers, rural artisans, agribusinesses, and rural entrepreneurs through refinancing schemes. It provides funds to regional rural banks, cooperative banks, microfinance institutions, and other rural credit institutions, which in turn extend credit to small businesses at concessional rates. Interest rate subsidies. It provides interest rate subsidies on loans extended to small businesses, thereby reducing the cost of credit and making it more affordable for borrowers. Capacity building. NABARD conducts training programs, workshops, and skill development initiatives to build the capacity of small business owners and entrepreneurs. These capacity building efforts enhance their entrepreneurial skills, management capabilities, etc. Technology adoption. NABARD supports small businesses in adopting modern technologies and innovative practices to improve productivity, efficiency, and competitiveness. It funds projects related to technology adoption, machinery procurement, and value chain integration, thereby enhancing the growth prospects of small businesses. Market linkages. NABARD facilitates market linkages for small businesses by connecting them with potential buyers, agribusinesses firms, retail chains, and export markets. It promotes producer groups, farmer-producer organizations, and cooperatives to aggregate produce, negotiate better prices, and access wider markets. Credit facilities. Short-term credit. NABARD provides short-term credit facilities to meet the working capital requirements of farmers and agricultural enterprises. These loans are typically used for seasonal agricultural operations such as crop cultivation, harvesting, and marketing. Medium-term credit. Medium-term credit facilities are offered by NABARD to finance capital investments in agriculture such as purchase of machinery, equipment, and irrigation systems. Long-term credit. NABARD extends long-term credit facilities for financing infrastructure development projects in rural areas, including the construction of rural roads, irrigation systems, warehouses, and cold storage facilities. Crop loans. NABARD provides crop loans to farmers for meeting the expenses incurred during the cultivation of crops, including purchase of seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, and other inputs. These loans are typically offered at subsidized interest rates and are repayable at the end of the crop cycle. Livestock and dairy loans. NABARD offers credit facilities to farmers for investment in livestock and dairy farming activities. These loans are used for purchase of livestock, construction of animal shelters, installation of milking machines, and other related investments.
The grant assistance of NABARD, first grant assistant of NABARD is the Watershed Development Fund. NABARD has provided the grant assistance of the Watershed Development Fund to aim the soil and the water conservation and the rainwater harvesting, afforestation and sustainable development land management. These projects are helps in the enhancing the agricultural productivity, mitigating drought and the flood risks, and also improving the livelihoods. Next comes the Farm Sector Promotion Fund. Farm Sector Promotion Funds provides the assistance for promoting the innovations and the demonstrations of the pilot projects like the in agriculture and allied sectors. It supports initiatives. It supports initiatives such as the organic farming, crop diversification, and adoption of the new technologies, and also capacity building of the farmers. Next is the Tribal Development of Fund. Tribal Development Fund is the assistance for the socio-economic development projects in the tribal areas. These projects also helps in the improving the livelihoods, infrastructure development, skill development, and empowerment of the tribal communities through initiatives such as the tribal entrepreneurship development, education, and etc. Next is the Infrastructure Development Fund. It also supports the creation of the rural infrastructure such as the rural roads, bridges, etc., and the market yards, also all the market system. Next is the Joint Liability Group Promotion Fund. It states that among the small and the marginal farmers through the grant assistance, these groups facilitate through the credit technology, marketing support for the farmers, and also helps them to improve the agriculture productivity and the livelihoods. Next, we come to the infrastructure development of the NABARD. In infrastructure development of the NABARD, the first is the financial support. Financial support, it states that through various loans and the grant programs, it extends its credit to state governments, rural development agencies, and other institutions related to the rural roads, irrigation systems, and etc. Refinancing states that the loans extended by the commercial banks, cooperative banks, and other regional RRBs through the infrastructure projects. By providing refinancing support, the lending capacity of these institutions and the helps them to finance infrastructure development in the rural areas. And next is the infrastructure development funds. It helps in the development of the rural areas and the infrastructure development fund, as well as the rural and as well as the in the urban areas. Watershed development, it also helps in the soil and the water conservation. And the last is the rural connectivity helps in the improvement of the rural roads, bridges, culverts, and the other transportation to enhance the rural connectivity properly. Next is the training and the capacity of the NABARD. Training and the capacity building of the NABARD. First is the skill development programs. To skill development programs through vocational training and other initiatives to employ to make them more income generating capacity of the rural youth, women, and the marginalized communities. And next is the financial literacy workshops. There are many financial literacy workshops and the awareness campaigns to educate and the other communities through financial products and the services and the other instruments of the financial sectors. These workshops will help the individuals to understand about the savings, credit, and other in the depth of the financial sector. Entrepreneurship development in the rural areas helps in the organizing entrepreneurship development programs. This helps them to become the aspiring entrepreneurs with the guidance and the training to support and the staff and manage the small scale industries such as the agriculture, agribusiness and the food processing and various aspects of the tourism. Farmers training programs. Farmers training programs such as NABARD also helps in the conducting the farmers training programs to enhance this, such as the crop cultivation techniques, soil and the health management, water conservation, pest and the disease, empowering farmers with the knowledge and the skills to improve the productivity and income. Next is the capacity building for the cooperatives and the self-help groups. It provides the support to the cooperatives and the self-help groups and the other community based through training programs and the workshops. Next is the promoting sustainable practices. Promoting sustainable practices, it involves the number one, the promotion of the organic farming. It supports the adoption of the organic farming practices by providing financial assistance and the technical support to the farmers, and organic farming reduces the reliance of the inputs like the chemical fertilizers, leading to the sustainable agriculture and the healthier ecosystems. Water conservation. Water conservation helps to promote the practices such as the rainwater harvesting, watershed development and the other irrigation techniques. Next is the soil health improvement. Soil health improvement suggests that it helps in the improving the soil health through organic farming, composting and the other soil nutrient and the management practices. They are the essential for the agriculture, and they support the crop growth and the while also reducing the risk of the soil degradation and the erosion. Biodiversity conservation in the agriculture, in the rural landscapes by supporting initiatives such as the agroforestry, community-based conservations and the protected area management. And renewable energy adoption is the last point of the promoting sustainable practices, which states that the encourages the adoption of the renewable energies like the solar power, wind energy and the other rural electrification of the water pumping and the off-grid energy solutions. It also promotes the energy security, reduces greenhouse gas emissions and provides clean and the sustainable energy to rural communities.
Case studies. Agripreneurship development. NABARD has supported the establishment and growth of agripreneurship venture in rural areas. For instance, NABARD provides financial assistance and technical support to a group of farmers in Karnataka to set up a successful organic farming cooperative. This cooperative not only improves the livelihood of participating farmers but also promotes sustainable agricultural practice and organic produce in the region. Livestock and dairy enterprise. NABARD have facilitated the establishment of livestock and dairy enterprise in rural area, leading to increased income and employment opportunity for rural communities. In Maharashtra, NABARD provide financial assistance to a dairy cooperative for the procurement of modern milking machine and establishment of a milk processing unit. This initiative boosted the milk production, enhanced value addition and generated additional income for dairy farmers. Challenges and solution. Limited access to finances. Small businesses often struggle to access adequate financing from banks and financial institutes due to lack of collateral, credit history and awareness about available schemes. High interest rate and lengthy approval process further restrict their access to capital for investment and expansion. Market competition. Small business face intense competition from large firms, established brands and online retailers, make it challenging to attract customer and crave out the niche in the market. Operational costs. Small businesses often operate on a tight budget and face rising operational costs, include rent, utility, raw material and labor expenses. Fluctuation in input price, inflation and regulatory compliance costs can further strain their financial resources and profitability. Infrastructure and technological constraint. Inadequate infrastructure such as poor road connectivity, unrevealing power supply and limited access to technology and internet serve can hamper the operation and productivity of small business, particularly those in rural and remote areas. Future prospects. Digital transformation. embrace digital technology to streamline operation, enhance service delivery, and improve efficiency. Financial inclusion. Expand effort to promote financial inclusion by expanded banks and service, credit and insurance product to underserved and unbanked area and population. Sustainable agriculture. Strengthen support for sustainable agriculture practice include organic farming, water conservation, soil health management, and climate smart agriculture. Rural infrastructure development. Accelerate investment in rural infrastructure such as road, irrigation system, market yard, warehouse, and cold storage facility to enhance rural connectivity, agricultural productivity, and market access. Entrepreneurship and innovation. Foster entrepreneurship and innovation in rural area by supporting startups, small business, and agripreneurs with access to finance, incubation support, and capacity building. Policy advocacy. Policy formulation. NABARD provides input and recommendation to policymakers and government agencies on policy formulation related to rural development, agriculture, and rural finance. Policy review and evaluation. NABARD conducts policy review and evaluation to assess the effectiveness, impact, and implementation of existing policy program and scheme related to rural development and agriculture. Capacity building for policymakers. NABARD organized training program, workshop, and seminars for policymakers, government officials, and other stakeholders to build their capacity and enhance their understanding of rural development issue, best practice, and policy option. Research and knowledge sharing. NABARD conduct research, study, policy brief, and knowledge activity to generate evidence, insight, and lesson learned on rural development and agriculture. It disseminates research finding, case studies, and best practice through publication, conference, and digital platforms to inform policy debates and decision-making process.